Hi everyone, my name is Janet Reed and I'm your instructor for English 101 this fall semester 2020. I'm no expert with video, but after trying to learn Zoom on the fly last spring semester, I realized that video is a good component for adding fluidity and agility to an online classroom. So I'm trying. Be patient with me. I'll get better as the semester goes forward. I wanted to take a few minutes and go over a couple of the important parts of the course syllabus with you, and also kind of explain how I'm setting up the course site to make it easier for you to get around. So first of all, if you are looking at your course syllabus, which is under course information, let me draw your attention to a couple of things. You can read the rest of it on your own, but we will be writing 7 writing assignments, main writing assignments this semester, and they will follow along with rhetorical modes that are contained in your textbook, which is back to the lake. Here's the book, right? And so the tentative schedule that is also under course information gives you a guideline for what's coming, what those writing assignments are, which essays out of this book will be assigned, and how that will work. So 2 of the writing assignments will be short, one-page paragraph-like assignments. 5 of them will be major essays. The last one will be an argumentative essay that will set you up for English 102 and more intensive academic writing that you do in the next course. All right, so the grading requirements are on the syllabus, and you can see the breakdown of how letter grades are assigned. In my class, every point is worth the same as every other point. So points you earn for vocabulary quizzes or discussion boards during the week will be the same value as points on an essay. All right. So if you have any questions about any of the grades at all, please feel free to email me. I have put my personal email address into Blackboard so that I can respond more quickly, get those more rapidly, and respond more quickly than I would when I'm trying to log into a particular school site and then respond that way. So if you use Blackboard to send me an email, I will respond as quickly as I possibly can to your question or concern. And speaking of talking and getting to know each other, if for some reason you are struggling with a course, you've got questions, I am happy to meet you through a Zoom link and or through a chat and have a conversation about your work or your writing issue if you need to do that. So I have virtual office hours and am available. I put 9 to 6 on the staff information link, but I can make a lot of different things work. I picked up this class just this week. I retired from Crowder in May of 2019 as a full-time instructor. So I have taught all of Crowder's classes before in every format in which Crowder offers them. However, it has been a while since I taught English 101. I have not used this textbook before. I have done my best to set up a schedule that I think will work and it can hold to. But like I tell you in the syllabus, it is subject to change. And how our work progresses and what we need to spend some time on may also alter that particular schedule. So, having said that, let me talk for just a minute or so about the weekly schedule, the late policy and the expectations. That's the main reason I wanted to do this video, because this is the place in an online class where things can go south faster than anywhere else, right? So my course week begins on Sunday. And I know class doesn't start this first week until Monday, so we've lost a day out of that week. It's also still an add and drop week, so people will be coming and going. The first week is pretty casual and laid back. But the course week will begin on Sunday at 12:01 a.m. and it ends on Saturday at 11:59 p.m. So if you have an assignment that is due by end of the week, it needs to be turned in by 11:59 p.m. on Saturday of that particular week, right? And if you then have a discussion board question, which you will most weeks, your response to that is due by Wednesday at midnight. And then your responses to two other students also due by Saturday, right, at midnight. Now, you could, with the exception of responses to discussion boards, you could get your entire week finished up on Sunday if you worked really super hard and tried to get all of it done in a single day or two. You could do that. The online format gives you opportunities to be flexible with your time, to set it up in a way that will work for you. So how you do that is up to you. What I want you to understand, however, is that the deadline for the week is 11:59 p.m. on Saturday. And so people who are late with that are assessed a 20% late penalty. And a writing assignment that is more than 2 weeks late is not acceptable. I don't take work that comes in more than 2 weeks past its due date. Discussion boards that aren't answered by 11:59 p.m. on Saturday, you just lost those. So keep that in mind as you're doing your time management and your planning for the week. Right? So, and again, if you have a particular question about that policy, email me and I'm happy to talk to you about it. Right? Also, as you know, we are living in a really super strange time, and we're not we may get more curveballs thrown our way before this semester is over. Things could happen. You could get sick. I could get sick. We're going to have to learn the true meaning of grace and patience and be a little bit flexible with each other. If you have a situation that comes up and it's hard for you to navigate, you need to talk to me in advance. Email me, we'll have a conversation and see what we can work out. It's too late if you let it go, you don't talk to me about it, and then we're down 4 weeks past the due date and you're like, yeah, well, I had this issue that came up, and I'm like, yeah, that's really too bad. I'm sorry about that. There's probably not a whole lot I can do if we haven't worked it out in advance. All right. So please, communication needs to be open and fluid and progressive, right? So we're working together as opposed to kind of clashing into crisis after crisis. And so that's what I ask of you. And I ask you to be flexible with me too, because I am putting this together really quickly and we'll have to adapt as I go forward as well. All right. And COVID could throw us all more curveballs. So have you seen the meme that the Ernie from Sesame Street sitting there doing his face plant, going 2020, brought to you by the letters W, T, and F. Right? That's kind of how I feel that 2020 has been for all of us, and it could continue on. So, um, My rules are meant to be followed and that they create a good learning environment for everybody. Being fair with everybody is super important. Not giving one person flexibility and not giving another person the same flexibility makes for a good experience for everyone. All right. But having said that, if things come up and we have to deal with them, I want to make that possible for us to do that. All right, so if we have to accommodate, we will do so. All right, so the other big thing that adds an awful lot of points to this class are the discussion boards and the peer reviews. And I've got separate paragraphs in the syllabus about those, but I want to spend a minute or two highlighting those for you. Discussion boards are worth 20 points a week, right? So if you multiply that by 16, you can see how many points you're going to get through discussion boards. You're going to get 14 of those for a meaningful response yourself by the deadline on Wednesday at midnight, right? If it's Thursday, you lose 20% for being late. All right. But a good response of your own to the discussion board question will get you 14 points. And then before Saturday, you're asked to respond and add value, meaning to two of your classmates to create a conversation. All right. Discussion boards can get tiresome and tedious, and people who say, "Oh, that was a great idea. I totally agree with what you're saying," are not adding value. And so I want to call your attention to the fact that that is a no credit answer, and I'm serious about it. Um, mm, I also gave you the page number 29 in the book that gives you some good guidelines about how to agree and how to disagree with your classmates, how to engage a conversation to push an idea forward, take it another step into what the writer may or may not have meant. It's appropriate to ask a question. What did you mean when you said that? Did you think it was this? How did you get there? And then you are responsible also for checking your post and for responding to any questions that someone asks of you in that discussion board. I won't be able to respond to every single post, but I will be responding to some of them and I will be posing you questions. And so if you want a full credit point, a full credit for that particular week, you need to make your response. You need to add value to two other students' responses, and you need to answer any questions that may be posed to you on your own post, right? That's the expectation. On weeks when we do peer review, so we have a major essay, your draft of that essay is going to be uploaded to the discussion board, and you will be required then, that will be your post for the week. And so if you post a full essay to the discussion board, there are your 14 points for the week. That one's pretty easy. But then you also have to respond to and peer review to other students' works, and that will get you more points. It won't just be 3 each, it'll be 20 each. And I will give you guidelines in those weeks for the kinds of comments that I want you to make, the kinds of things I want you to be checking for and offering feedback on. And so your responses on peer review weeks will greatly be increased from what they are on a standard week. All right. So again, if you've got questions about that, email me and let's talk it through and make sure that it's clear. But that's the expectation. All right. Okay, so the tentative schedule, like I said earlier, is under course information, but please follow the assignment folder each week. It'll come up on by Sunday. I will try to have it up by Sunday. I'm recreating this whole semester as I go, so it probably won't be up too much early, but I'll have it up and available for you on Sunday. and you will be able to see exactly what is required for that particular week on Sunday. All right, so follow that. On the essays themselves, you're going to get an assignment. You're going to have a discussion board about the rhetorical mode that we're working on. You're going to have a video lecture, if I can get them made, and definitely a PowerPoint with some more explanatory material to enhance the book. Um, and then you post it, but the actual assignment itself, your final draft of it won't be due until the next week. So on the week, for example, that we do the narrative, our first essay, a narrative, you're going to see that you have, like on week 2 or 3, you have the narrative assignment. All right, and here's all the information. And by the end of that week, you need to post your rough draft to the website. Right. So then you go to the next week's folder and you're going to see the actual assignment link where you upload your final draft in that week. So we write it one week, we peer review and finalize our own draft the next week. So even though the tentative schedule has all that information on there, visually to see it, you're going to see week 2, here's the assignment. And then here's the information about the assignment. And you know that for the discussion board, you're going to upload your piece by the end of that week, right? You respond, then the assignment link will be, for submitting it, will be in the next week's folder when it's actually due. So you'll always have 2 weeks to work on an essay, right? You're going to draft it one week, you're going to get feedback and revise it and turn it in the next week, right? Okay, so we will start there, and if I need to make some changes or if I see that people are having trouble with a particular concept, I may need to alter that schedule. So be sure to follow what you see in the assignments folder each week. I'm excited to be working with you. It's good to be back at Crowder. I am currently enrolled in an MFA program in creative writing at the University of Missouri, Kansas City. I retired early from Crowder in order to take that first step. I published my first book in 2019 and have always wanted to pursue writing as a secondary kind of career. So COVID has kept me at home, like it's probably kept you at home. And so I'm excited to be back and having a conversation about writing in other ways again with students. So again, please feel free to email me. And if we need to create a virtual link to have a conversation, I'm more than willing to do that. So let's have a great semester and learn a lot and treat each other with kindness and gentleness and respect and see how far this 16-week block can take us. I wish you the best, and I'm really excited to be here and be with you. All right. See you soon. Bye.